I don't normally chase people, but for you, I would put my Crocs in sports mode. Yeah.
Coming up on the Below Deck Med After Show.
Is this a burn book?
Well,
You made a burn book.
it was a laundry log.
You bitch.
I was suspicious of Ellie.
This towel, she put it like on a hook. It was almost like, you know, the horse's head in The Godfather.
Could you bring some lemon, Bri? Do we have any celery? Have you seen any horseradish anywhere?
What are you up to?
With Aesha, I felt like she just kept jumping to conclusions.
Did you think that she would have sabotaged you?
I've never taken a picture of my poop, but haven't you? When I do a really big one, I like to show Scott. What?
She sends pictures of her to her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's called love languages, people.
I think you should always love everyone in all 5 ways.
And sometimes the sixth. You get to that sixth.
The Below Deck Med After Show starts right now.
Bri, let's talk about the laundry.
Oh my God, I was going through it.
This was Ellie's one. It was in Gail's drawer. It's not that f***ing hard. I don't have a polo now.
No.
Do you know where mine is?
I'll give a look. I need to like read the whole manual to understand how this machine works. And I was like crying every 2 seconds, you know. I don't know. But I was getting sus of Ellie, like I was suspicious of Ellie.
It's funny that my story on this season becomes with the grilled cheese.
I want the grilled cheese.
Because my cheese woes are just about to begin with Bri.
Bri seems to be writing a list of laundry crimes about mistakes she's found in the laundry. I feel like she's just finding her own mistakes and blaming them on me. What the is going on here?
I'm never stepping foot in laundry. It's over. I don't see why she would be logging these things if she wasn't intending to use it against me. Why would she be logging her own mistakes?
She wouldn't take notes of like what she had done or whatever, and I'd walk into the room and be like, what the f?
At one point, this white towel that had turned blue, she put it like on a hook in the middle of the 2 dryers. It was almost like, you know, the horse's head in The Godfather. You know, it was like, I see you, I'm onto you. I'm like, I have nothing to do with this freaking towel. Like, how far is this going to go?
Is a laundry log typical on boats?
It's common for just the real basics, like this went in the machine, this got taken back. But you're not like, Ellie, 10,000, Ellie, 10,000. Why is she writing this down? I mean, like, what is this?
She was trying to write down what belonged to whom, but she would still like mix people's items up even in the notes. And also the way she was writing the notes. You need to make it like very clear and specific. Like at a first glance, you should know immediately, this person, 2 shirts, 1 pair of pants, 2 socks, done. For her, it was just like a whole sentence about an item of clothing. Even for me, like I was trying to, like I'm reading these paragraphs about clothing and trying to like decipher. So it was very confusing.
You don't like add your own comments in.
Well, I did. Well, here's the thing.
Did you?
Let me just explain, Bri's.
Have you made a burn book?
It was a laundry log.
You bitch.
No, I didn't talk about my crew.
Oh, okay.
Here's what is going on with Bri. A laundry room has no windows, maybe a small porthole. It's usually covered. You know, and they are locked there basically for hours. Like, it's not a natural human situation. And if you don't have music or anything, you know, things can get weird pretty quickly. Yeah. You can get cabin fever. People are just walking by, dropping off their dirty stuff. And then you hear them in the crew mess. And
Having
they're
such a good time.
eating food. And all the deckhands, like, oh, wasn't the snorkeling gorgeous? All the fish, and you're like, like, it's an insane asylum for a little bit. The laundry room can really break you. And then all you've got is this log.
I was going crazy, and it was almost like a diary throughout a day.
You were going through it, girl.
And maybe you start saying, Dear Diary, day 17 of my incarceration, I think the deckhands hate me. I'm pretty sure the entire boat's against me. Who uses this many towels? But I will get revenge. You don't even get to be alone with your thoughts. You're hearing other people, but you're not. They're not talking to you. It is You know, so I don't even.
It's very unnatural.
I don't even blame Bri that much for the laundry log.
That's a really great perspective.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
I like that.
Cabin fever. It's important to know the symptoms.
What are the symptoms?
I don't know. You Google it. Have you never?
No, I've never felt it.
Irritability, loneliness.
Well, there we go. That sounds like Bri.
Aesha, you hand over lunch service to Ellie and Bri.
I commend you for trying to give them a chance, and it was very smart when you did it. Lunchtime, 2 turtles mid-season.
Yeah.
Like, come on, it's just lunch.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. I'm like, it's just lunch. And it wasn't just lunch.
Bri, could you bring some lemon, please?
My gut was just like, something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong.
Have you seen any horseradish anywhere?
I was just lying there and I'm like, there should not be this many walkie calls. This is why I don't like taking breaks. And then to walk up there and the table's not even set and lunch is in 20 minutes. I'm like, what are you up to? I'm gonna come back from break. I don't feel restful. Just so we catch up. I'll start setting the table. Okay. I think the only thing that I would have done differently is never offer the chance, because offering it and then like cancelling it, I saw created so much hurt that I wish I never even put the offer out there in the first place.
One of my main frustrations with Aesha that kind of built up was the fact that I felt like she just kept jumping to conclusions on a lot of things. I get it, but at the same time, we're skipping a step. And the step is asking me, hey, what's going on? Can you still handle it or not? Or do you need me to jump in? Let me know, not a problem. You can try lunch service next time if you can't handle this. Yes, the bar was a mess, but we had just finished cocktail service. The last cocktail just got served. So our next step was just, you know, putting the cutlery on the table and whatnot. So we could have done that.
I can tell that Ellie is not as trained as she thinks she is.
Yes.
The way she talks to the guests while she's making drinks.
Are you making a Bloody? I would like one.
Yeah.
Could you put pickle juice in it?
Yes.
It's just like unnecessary. Say absolutely, go in the stew pantry, make the drink back there, because if you stay right there doing the whole show, they're gonna be like, oh, talkie.
I was just drinking tequila, soda water, and a lime.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you knew of anything else like adding to it that would be good.
I could think of something for sure.
You've got to be efficient.
That is so true.
I never use the bar. Make everything behind closed doors. Because also if you run out of something.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly. She was making such a show.
Like it was a maraca.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, yeah, lunch is in an hour.
That would have added to all of the delays. Oh my god.
She liked the attention.
Yes, exactly.
She has a Playboy bunny suit.
That's amazing.
Come on.
Yes.
Like, obviously, I was upset that Aesha felt like she needed to come up and help, because it would have been nice if maybe Ellie and I gave it a go to see where we stood in terms of doing something like that and then dealing with it after. I don't know. We were obviously going through like a bit of a patch, Ellie and I, so...
If I was Aesha, I definitely wouldn't trust me and Ellie.
I wasn't trusting Ellie.
Did you think that she would have sabotaged you during that lunch and been like...
You know what? Like, I would never know.
Or did you want to sabotage her? Spill the tea, honey. Let me know.
I maybe should have.
You should have.
Kidding.
It's a catch-22.
Yeah.
Did you relax on that break at all?
God, no.
No. Do you need a break? Yes. But there are guests on board. But also, they can't learn to do it without you because they can't do it. Like when but then people were like, well, why didn't you just train them? Because I was a little busy with the guests.
That makes me so crazy.
Yeah.
They're like, well, why didn't she just go down to the laundry and teach Bri to blah, blah, blah? And it's like, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice if I had a moment to breathe, eat, sleep, go to the toilet? You're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Yes, it's so hard. And so it just means you're always going to be tired.
Yeah.
At one point, there was a reassignment on deck. Joe, you were still lead deckhand, but Nathan was in charge of the bow.
That ate me a lot. Like, I was... not point of crime, but like I was like distraught. I was sitting on the toilet going, I feel like I failed myself. I feel like I failed my crew.
Drop the big fender down on starboard side.
Come on, this kid, man.
Hello.
Right, bro, take up slack on the drum. Ready? Yeah, go.
Finally, Nate is the bow guy.
Like, I've been given this lead deckhand role and I failed me team
When Joe was taken off the bow and I was put on the bow, I sympathised with Joe. Feel shitty for Joe. I would have been happy to be on the bow with him and just helped him a wee bit, like. But I don't disagree with Captain Sandy's call either, because she felt more comfortable doing that.
He's my contact for the bow, till you learn. He has more knowledge.
And shouldn't question the captain anyway.
And that's captain's discretion. Like, if captain says that Ian's going to be a stewardess, well, that's just how it is, you know. Like, imagine that Ian being a stewardess. Can't even be a bosun,
never maybe a stewardess.
I mean, I like Joe, but clearly Ian really hasn't paid attention to who has more experience, because Nathan has far more experience than Joe. Are you thinking about choosing a lead deckhand?
Oh, I chose Joe.
You didn't run it by me, but okay. But still, you picked the wrong guy.
I mean, I probably should have told her. I didn't think I told her that I made Joe lead deckhand, but I was just more focused on everything else we had to do that first day. Yeah, and Joe also had most recent experience. Nathan had been off a boat for a year or something. It was more commercial side, so he hadn't been on a super yacht, where Joe had come from a yacht. So obviously he had the knowledge that we needed, you know, now on this boat.
It was just unfortunate that I didn't have a lot of experience on a boat. To be honest, I got next to non-experience on a boat.
He's very well spoken. He's got pretty good leadership qualities, so I knew I could count on him to get things done if I was maybe sleeping or doing another job. I'm on the stern. There's no way I can actually tell how everyone does their work. So obviously Captain Sandy could see that Nathan was maybe more confident in the beginning.
I saw his CV first and foremost, and then secondly, I watch how he works on the bow. He's quick. He's worked the deck before. It's like night and day between the two. Joe has what it takes. Joe just needs more experience.
It's not his problem that he wasn't on the bow in previous boats. That is a previous crew issue. They should have trained him on the stern and the bow as well. So for Joe to come into this setting with the lead deckhand role and to do the job he did, which was totally amazing, and if he's picking out one flaw that he had that entire season, which you shouldn't do, you learned and you could ace it now 100%. 100%. But I was also really proud of him that he didn't let it affect him on the job. It might have affected you personally, but on the job, it made him work even harder, I think.
100%, I want to prove himself.
He wanted to prove himself,
Thanks,
so...
This is why he's one of my best mates.
You didn't take a bad look at me and say, like, oh, do you know what, like, I feel like I'm going to get stepped on here. You were like, no, do you know what, Captain Sandy's call, I don't have enough experience, I will learn, and you did, and that's what will make you a good leader going forward as well, 100%. That you're open to criticism, which is good.
100%, thanks, mate. Knowing Nathan, that's on the bow, and it's more of a sense of comfortability, so I'm going to learn from him. Just because he's not the lead deckhand and I've got this status, that doesn't mean shit. He's going to show me how the job's done. You really helped out, and I've learned a lot. So now the bow is nothing.